So the legend Zandy Sussex, follow her on X, would quite like this lady's green dress. I would quite like to marry the lady in the green dress. If anyone on TikTok can arrange either of those two things for myself and Zandy, please let us know. Before we jump into this one, you know the score. Comments are open. Would love your opinion. Hazza is back in the UK, and this image and the great work he's doing is going to rise all the minions in Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace. They will be running round losing their minds. I'll tell you what's going to happen in the next couple of days. There'll be yet more drama and yet more targeted attacks on social media against Harry and Meghan, because there's one thing that's for sure. When Harry and Meghan do great things, and that is very, very frequent these days, when they do great things, it highlights the gap between them and the taxpayer-funded British working family, i.e. these guys are working and the other team is not. Obviously, when the other team is not, British taxpayers get rather annoyed. This drives KP and BP, Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace, absolutely nuts. Let's see what happens in the next 2 days, but I tell you what, there'll be more social media drama against Hazza and his lovely wife to take our eyes and ears away from what's really happening. Have a great Monday. It's Monday evening in the UK. Let me know what you think. Well, blink and you could have missed it, but thankfully we have TikTok creators like me that tend to take quite a lot of screenshots throughout the working day. I found out yesterday that most of the globe did not see this Daily Mail coverage about Harry, and I absolutely love the way they've used almost the same title that they used for his mother when they've done this coverage. They didn't see this content because we all know what happened. The Daily Mail put this up, and someone at Buckingham Palace, probably a lawyer, rang up the Daily Mail and asked them firstly to change the title and then secondly to take it down. So for everyone that missed it, it's up there. You can pause the screen. You can have a look for yourself just what the British digital media think about Harry. And that direct comparison with his mum fills me full of joy. I don't know why the British working, taxpayer-funded royal family feels the need to control the British digital media. Let the British digital media talk as highly about Harry as they want, but up your own game. William was out and about yesterday looking at shiny helicopters that other people, i.e. me, taxpayer and people that give money to charity, had bought for the London Air Ambulance. They're all of half an hour. This is what the guy should be doing. Have a brilliant Wednesday. Sorry to drone on. You know me. I get on my pedestal and it all gets a bit long. Have a brilliant day. Let me know what you think. Comments are open. From London to Lesotho, it could be the title of a book. Who knows? Before we jump into this one, you know the score. Comments are open. Would love your opinion. So this guy is literally stealing the media headlines wherever he goes. Charity work in London, charity work in Lesotho. He's using his influence and the massive media attention he gets to shine a light on his charities to help them do more with less money. Absolutely what you should be doing, Hazza, and I'm sure all his charities are very, very glad that he's at the helm and helping them draw attention to the things that as a world we should all be talking about. This approach is new, it's refreshing, it's innovative, it's a direct opposite to what the British working taxpayer-funded royal family actually do, where most of the conversation and their Hollywood-style videos is all about themselves. Harry has talked about himself on this journey. He's also talked about his mum. But the main thing he's talked about is the work with a capital W that he's there to do. Good on you, Hazza. Keep doing the work. Stay tuned for more stuff from me tomorrow, which will be Wednesday in the UK. Never complain and never explain, but the KP insiders, wonder who that is, that are briefing the Daily Mail have a very different idea. Before we jump into this one, you know the score. Comments are open, would love your opinion. So the Daily Mail are now saying that Kate has a changed perspective about going back to work. She's only doing, for the meantime, things she loves. What about all the charities that were so dear to her heart and the charity work that she loved doing previously? Does she not like doing this stuff anymore? Does she love doing it anymore? The Daily Mail are saying, obviously no. It's ballet, theatre, it's sport, it's tennis. It's all the things that are good and glamorous that Kate's focusing on. And I honestly believe that something's going on behind the scenes because yet again, after Charles and his cancer visits and the photo from Kate at the ballet, KP are trying to make Kate look bad. Now, to be fair, she does a good job of making herself look bad on her own. But somebody else is behind the scenes, wonder who it is, being the puppet master general, briefing things like this to the media that makes Kate look lazy. Have a brilliant Monday. I know the weekend went too quickly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Control-C copy, Control-V paste. No, this is a different type of control. Before we jump into this, you know the score. Excuse the state of me, I'm just back from running club. Comments are open, would love your opinion. So tonight we've been treated to absolutely beautiful pictures of Kate and a fellow cancer survivor that was invited to Windsor Castle, apparently by William, slightly confusing, to have a bit of a chit-chat. But the level of control just really concerns me because A, nobody knew anything about it. B, there's no time for Q&As. It's not like someone visiting a cancer ward with the media present, families present, and adults, no, this is a minor, able to converse with Kate in a grown-up way to establish similarities. What do we have in common? How can we support each other? What did you find when this happened? What did you find when this happened? Are you hopeful? What would have made your journey better? It's controlled to the nth degree. And when the royal British working taxpayer-funded royal family, control anything, it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, so it's probably a duck. Shh. I need a shower. Have a brilliant Wednesday evening. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, the irony is off the scale, but believe me, as a very hard-working, high-tax-paying Brit, this story is not funny at all. Whilst we've treated the royal family to not one but two brand new helicopters, charities, vital charities like the London Air Ambulance, have to raise the money themselves to run their service. So if you're in the royal family and need a helicopter, the taxpayers buy the helicopter for you. If you are a poor working taxpayer or human and need an air ambulance, you got to keep your fingers crossed that the rest of the general public is willing to pay for one that can actually get to you in your hour of need. Before we jump into this one, you know the score. Comments are open. Would love your opinion. William's finally come out of hibernation. The Daily Mail, the day before this article, they had to write about things William was doing 25 years ago, because basically at the moment he's doing absolutely nothing. But thanks to Blade of the Sun on X Twitter, please follow him or her, we now know that William's come out of hibernation to celebrate taxpayers raising the money to buy a new helicopter. So he's celebrating the work that other people have done. Does that sound familiar to you? Because it blooming does to me. Great to see David Beckham with him. William clearly needing that he needs to raise the popularity of himself and improve his image. But apart from this little bit of work, looking at red shiny things, not much going on in the British working taxpayer-funded royal family. I'll stop now. Happy Wednesday. It's running club for me tonight. I'm mega excited. October's on the way. We're in October in the UK. Winter's on the way. Have a brilliant Wednesday.
Hello, my people. Lady Rose here. How y'all doing? To all my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you all know I love you. Guys, I do apologize. I'm like a really super busy these days. You know, it's almost the holidays and the work is just too much. But I'll be back soon. So yeah, you watched those videos. Watched Prince Harry had a meeting in the UK, the World Child's Award, and you saw everything was explained by the Ministry of Hacks. So yeah, our prince is working. And meanwhile, you saw what Kate is doing. What is Kate doing? She's going to watch dance. She's learning ballet. She want to become a ballerina. You know? Yeah. And the people who are doing real work out here, guess what? Nobody's saying anything about them. And nobody's encouraging them, and you're just watching the tabloids saying all the negative stuff about them. But guess what? I do tell you, that's called in my DSM-5 book. That's a mental health diagnosis book. This is gaslighting 101 that these people are doing to y'all, guys. And you know who does gaslighting come from? Narcissists. So this is what all these people are, you know? Yeah, that's what these people are. All the narcissists. Yeah, they paid to even channel inner narcissism that some people were not born with. Because guess why? They need money. It's all a bunch of broke people. Look at them. Like this lady here, I don't even know her name. The one who wears the tablecloth. What's her name? That huge one. Yeah, she wears my grandma's tablecloth. Yeah. The Baron calls her Becky. Yeah, I don't know what is her name. Rebecca. That one. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Tell me her name. Drop her name down here. Cookies and creams. You know. Come on. I know you know that girl. And drop those Make Mambo's full name down here as well for me. You know I love that so much. I love you. Cookies and cream. You were something else. Seriously, these people, yeah, they are just channeling their inner narcissism. Yep, with all the gaslighting 101. You know, these people really know deep down who's the royal, who is actually doing their job. You know, there are like a lot of other videos here. Let me see if I'm going to find them. If I do find it, I'm going to put it after after I'm done talking, because these people, I don't know, we've been talking about them, but they are really not stopping, because guess what, we're not loud enough. Y'all guys need to start sharing our videos so it could reach those people, so that they know we know what they're doing. And I mean, how come these people are not ashamed? But you know, the wrong thing with them, they have that DNA. You know, they have that cruelty DNA. They are cruel people, and that's how they've been for centuries. It's not news. It's not news at all, you know? Yeah, if anything pertains to a black person, they will just try to minimize it, to denigrate it, make it just look bad. It's terrible, because in their head, a black person does not deserve certain class, or does not deserve certain kind of excellency, and that's what is in their heads. That's how they were trained, you know. Yeah, their ancestors, after everything they did to us, why do you think their children are gonna think that we are something? It's very hard. Very few of them are kind of understanding this is not the way to behave, but some of them have that DNA. What are you gonna do? That chromosome is in their body. It's that one that believes in doing wrong, you know? And I believe that's the way it should be, and it's always gonna stay like that, because Harry is married to Meghan. He has to be treated like a black person, and that's why you're seeing this gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation that the abuser uses on you. You know, that's like a typical manipulation. You will see them saying all the terrible stuff about Harry. You will see them here like gaslight him, and that's what they do to Megan. They call Megan like a bunch of terrible names and think that does not really qualify her. We know she's a hard worker and she's been working since she was very young, and she has great work ethics. And you know, the person who's really not doing anything right now, the people who are not doing anything right now are these two. You have William and you have Catherine. You call her Catherine, but her name is really Kate. That Catherine is fake. I don't know if she was born Catherine or whichever she is. I don't care. But you heard the Ministry of Hacks. She's going to watch the ballerina, and the old man who is her father-in-law is actually going to visit people with big C, and that dude is twice as old as that one. Yeah, that dude is like a super old, but he is at least going to visit the people with big C. But this one here with big C, recovered, finished, or whatever they're calling that treatment there, that does not exist in the medical dictionary. It's like these people need more information. Y'all need to educate yourselves. And right now I'm starting to think like those degrees that you have with your husband, those history degrees that your guys earned from that college was purchased by someone. You know, when you be hanging out with some elites, you were escort on yacht, you know, you have connections to the university professors. Therefore, you can buy anything. Yeah, you can buy anything. So therefore, I believe that degree you guys bought them from somewhere, because any smart person who sat down there wrote any kind of thesis might have a little kind of some critical thinking in them brains. But y'all guys, you and your husband don't seem to have one, and just paying these people here to come to gaslight Harry and Meghan, and meanwhile they are the ones doing work that you guys can see. He is Prince Harry is actually going to Lesotho in a few more months, in 1 month, I believe, at the beginning of November, in South Africa. And yes, so y'all guys just keep watching the ballerinas. And let's see if you gonna also buy your ballerina shoe, so that you could start practicing it if you don't twist your back. We're gonna see it right here. Yeah, so guys, share my videos, make these people hear make them know what we really know what they're doing. We know that gaslighting technique really well. This one here is a mental health clinician talking to you. I'm not talking, I did not fell from the coconut tree. No, I did not fall from the coconut tree. I went to school. Yeah, I learned all those techniques there. And I diagnose people, if you know what that means. I diagnose you too if you piss me off. And I've been diagnosing you since this minute. I've been diagnosing all of y'all guys there. Just look at your faces. Looks like you have a really low self-esteem. There is something wrong going on in you guys' homes. I mean, look at 11. Look at Aqua. She looks surprised. Surprised. And that 11 lady, I don't know. Do you guys remember those tomatoes that kind of grows with different kind of faces in different areas? Do you know those tomatoes? They got some face down here, and then they got the other face on the top here, and then the other side got some other face, and the other side got some other face. You know those tomatoes? Okay, my people, I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. I love you guys so much. Bye for now. I enjoy these tabloids. They're going to tell you the truth about all the leaky people around here. These people will leak anything. Because guess what? They got no shame. That's what they do. And guess what? The people with good education and good heart amongst them, the same tabloids, they're exposing them. Enjoy the videos. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Subscribe to Isabella Banks. And go to my brother Baron there. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get my brother to 100,000 subscribers so we could get him that silver plate. Bye for now. Talk to you tomorrow.
Does this just compound your belief that we just don't need a monarchy when you hear things like they're making deals potentially with the Rupert Murdoch group, or that they're settling out of court?
Yeah, I don't like the idea, and I think you're absolutely bang on, but I don't like the idea that they can pick and choose what we know about them. I mean, I understand that everyone's entitled to their privacy, but we saw with Harry and Meghan, for example, and Meghan's, the letter to her dad and everything that was just fed to the press, and they didn't step in there. They didn't use their special relationship with the press to protect her, which I think they should have done. And yet, we know about alleged affairs in other parts of the royal family that haven't come to light, probably because of their agreements. And that, to me, just sounds shady. Like, that isn't the behaviour of a monarchy.
It's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why haven't...
And if it comes from Kensington Palace,
right,
why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay, that's a very... The idea...
Why are there never any
I think that's fascinating.
About Prince William?
Were William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally? I don't know.
So is it normal for, and do you think it's true, that some of the royal households have been leaking on the other royal households, like Meghan and Harry?
Well, without a doubt. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they can deny it all they like till they're blue in the face, but there's been an awful lot of leaking, particularly from Kensington Palace, about how things were developing, and that was a palace that both of them were representing, being represented by the same people.
And obviously, it's so much easier for them to blame anything uncomfortable on racism, rather than actually address the fact that much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
Can you explain, what was the significance on the witness statement from Ed Verity, better known as Ted Verity?
Ted Verity, the editor of the Mail on Sunday, said in his signed witness statement that he had been given information that helped support Associated's case. He said this information came from a senior palace source, and he said in his witness statement this was, quote, not gossip or tittle-tattle.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
That the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point. Unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
Yes, the Express this morning is reporting, as other papers are, the latest trailer from the new section of Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentaries, where he's said that whoever they is, but it's the palace or the media, wouldn't tell the truth to protect us, but they would do to protect William. Well, I mean, I'm pretty fed up with Harry and Meghan, to be honest with you, and I think most people are, and, they could just go away and live their lives. However, having said that, there is probably some truth in that, in the sense that the palace in particular was very keen to make sure that the heir to the throne was protected, and Harry could be sacrificed if necessary. And actually, when I was working, I shouldn't give the name of the paper, but I was doing a piece for one of the nationals, writing a piece, and I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told I could say what I wanted about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor. So I think there was an element of truth in what he says.